It's a sea of red inside of the Cougar Den tonight. Valentine's Day boys hoop action pairs Mansfield Christian and Crestview for the 8th consecutive season, each hoping to impress in their final game before the OHSAA tournament draw tomorrow. So grab your sweetie, cuddle up, and get ready. Live and free boys basketball tips off your Saturday night. Next.
Hi, I'm Joe Balogh. Tune into the Joe Show every Wednesday night here on the OH Report.
What are we doing? Blue 41, hut, Jory, I said you have to use your back. You back up into him, then you open up the lane. It's a new technique that we're using.
Yes, Coach.
Do it again? Again. Ain't no way I'm doing that again. Berardi! Get in here and show them how it's done. Yes, Coach.
Since 1974, Simonson has helped their clients stay on target to meet the goals and deadlines for their projects. From concept to completion, Simonson can design a plan and build a path for success. Let Simonson Construction turn that vision into a reality.
Hey, does your checking account pay you with real cash rewards with no monthly maintenance fees ever? Bummer. Ask for Kasasa Rewards Checking. It's our superpower.
Hey, we got t-shirts. Anybody want t-shirts?
At Mechanics Bank, we're more than your local bank. We're your neighbors, your fans, and proud supporters of our local schools. From touchdowns to goals, classrooms to communities, we're here for you. Because at Mechanics Bank, our home field advantage is supporting you.
Local sports deserve to be done right. We're built for the communities that support the game. This isn't about one season. Every season matters because every game tells a story, and those stories don't stop at the final buzzer. We're here for every moment, big or small. Watch anytime, anywhere on your schedule, and it's always free to watch. This is the future of local sports. This is the OH Report.
It is the Sutton Bank pregame show from Olivesburg, Ohio. Mansfield Christian on the road tonight at Crestview, each on the second night of a back-to-back with plans to build momentum heading into the final week of the regular season. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome inside of the Cougars Den. I am Brian Skowronski. Hall of Famer Joe Balogh is my sidekick tonight. One of these two teams going to get a much-needed victory stuffed inside of a Valentine's box tonight, Joe. On Valentine's Day, so loving basketball, it's a beautiful thing, man.
Everybody loves basketball, especially at this time of the year. But yes, you have Crestview that's at 9-10, so they would like to win this game, to be at 500 with a chance to, win 2 games next week and finish, a regular season, with a winning record. As a coach, it's kind of one of the things that you always want to try to do. And on the other hand, Mansfield Christian comes in at 10-8. An 11 win would guarantee them that they're going to be at least 500.
Yeah.
But also looking at their schedule, they play kind of an NBA schedule to wrap up the season. I think they play Thursday, Friday, and Saturday next week, and that would not be an easy task.
Oh, don't forget about Monday either. They got a makeup game against St. Pete, so they've got a jam-packed
maybe
next
that's
week.
where I may have that wrong then. So the St. Pete's game is on this Monday. So,
yes, that's my understanding.
Then they'll end up with a Friday, Saturday next week. So, but still, while you're playing 3 games in 4 days,
it's a lot of basketball.
That's a lot of basketball.
The Flames last night, they narrowly escaped Loudonville. One of the most exciting games that I've had all year, but it was a Birds team that checked in on a 19-game losing streak. And if you just look at Mansfield Christian and what they've done all year, they're looking to continue their trend of they win 2 games in a row after they've lost 2 in a row, Joe. So that's kind of been what they've done all season long. Have not fared very well in this head-to-head, though. This is going to be the 8th consecutive year that they've met. They're 0-7 coming into this game.
Yeah, that's an interesting statistic. This has not been an easy place for them to play, and I'm sure the Cougars would like to make sure that they make it 8 in a row tonight.
Going to spotlight the senior that was the hero last night. Landin Cyphers got loose for the game-sealing bucket. And what I like about this kid is that I'm not sure that he came off the bench early in the year, but he wasn't really looked at as kind of a go-to player. And over the second half of the season, now he's almost double-figure per night scoring. He came out of the gates last night against the Birds. He hit his first 2 shots, both from long range. And you can just tell he was our MVP, Joe. His confidence is rising. It's his last chance to really leave a mark with the program. And I think he's doing a really nice job with it.
Yeah, I think you're right, because I saw Mansfield Christian play earlier in the year at Hillsdale, and it seemed like Blaine Morrow was the guy they were kind of building around. and they needed kind of somebody, even in that game, needed somebody else to step up. Seems like he's stepped up here in the second half of the season.
So there is Landin Cyphers getting stretched out, getting ready for his opportunity to step on the floor and try to beat the Cougars for the first time since they renewed this rivalry. 7 in a row they've lost coming into Olivesburg tonight. Everyone's anticipating the national anthem here inside of the Cougars Den. We'll set the stage with that. And then we'll have your home team spotlight with Crestview. And then turn the spotlight on another senior. Be hearing about Daniel Wells here in just a moment. But first, if you can, rise even at home and get ready for the playing of the Star Spangled Banner. Shout out to the fabulous United States of America for allowing us the freedoms to be out here playing high school basketball on a Saturday night. You heard the storyline so far for Mansfield Christian coming into tonight's game. Now let's check in on the Cougars, the home team. Fell below 500, like Joe said. Tough loss last night, though, against Western Reserve. Had the lead, and then 13-5 run in the closing minutes kind of got away from them and put them out of the Firelands Conference race officially with that loss. First season for Ben McClay. It's featured some ups, some downs, but the good news for the Cougars, they're playing some pretty good basketball. 5 of their last 7 they have won, and they've got 3 really winnable games coming up here to close out the year. Yeah, I mean, they've lost some really tough games, as you mentioned. Last night, Western Reserve. Really, I think they had that lead going into the fourth quarter and maybe even about halfway through the fourth, and then just couldn't close it out. Kind of has happened to them in several games this year that, you know, they've been right there but just have not been able to close it out. This game tonight would be big for them, as we said, get them back to 500, a chance with 2 winnable games, and then, you know, they've got a chance to win a couple games, you know, in the tournament, which would be really good for this basketball team. If you ask Ben McClay, they are the district favorites going in there, so you do love the confidence of this first-year coach. And you love the confidence of this senior right here. Played really well last night against the Rough Riders, Daniel Wells. He's got the ability to command the offense, like his ball handling. He can be a knockdown shooter as well, so the accuracy for him, he seems like he can go on a heater a little bit like he's at the craps table. Once he sees one go in, it goes really well. You know, and I think for a player like him, the start of the game is important for him. If he's able to get some open looks, make a couple shots, then he plays with a lot more confidence. And he needs to score for the Crestview Cougars to be successful, not only tonight, but really every night that they play. Yeah, had 19 just last night here at home in the loss to Western Reserve. We'll see if he's got a duplicate type of performance in him here tonight. Great environment here on hand. Crestview's got 2 student sections going on. They got some younger kids to the front left of us, and then on the far side, as you can see, it looks like it's Hawaiian night or at least beach night here, Joe. So you can tell that the community support, it's on deck. Well, you know, we're on the Crestview side of the court, and the lower bleachers, you know, I would say probably about 80% full. And definitely. We've got a lot of people up here in the upper deck, so great turnout here on a Saturday night in February towards the end of the basketball season. Both teams out on the floor anticipating the opening jump as we put a bow on our Sutton Bank pregame show. And we are into the action.
Well, right away, Carter Goon, he can play all over. Can play inside, play outside, and Crestview running a little bit of weave here and looking for a gap to penetrate, and he goes right to the rim.
Gorgeous spinorama that time from Carter, the leading scorer on the team and averaging a double-double this year, Joe, 17 and 10. So he's really brought his game to the next level in his final season.
And he's done it in a variety of ways. You just saw right there a drive to the basket, but has also been able to post up inside and score in the post.
It's going to be Cougar basketball again. Flames come up empty on their opening possession. Mansfield Christian's gotten off to some slow starts here recently. Can ill afford to have that happen here in hostile territory. Goon again almost had his pocket picked. We'll get a three, though, from the corner, too strong. And the Flames finally corral.
I mean, Spohr with an open look there in the corner. And again, I think one of the things we talked about, Brian, before the game is Spohr, Wells, Goon. Those three guys really need to be scorers. In the games that Crestview's won, those three have been guys that have gotten in double figures.
Next dead ball will jump into our keys to victory for tonight. As Morrow zips that one to the corner. This is Hudson Stiegel. A little hot to handle. Saved in bounds, and it's going to be picked off. It's Caden Kissel with the theft. Back door.
Great pass.
Yeah, that was a gorgeous cut. Good looking entry as well. And now we've got a whistle.
Yeah, it was the ball was tipped, and whoever it was from Mansfield Christian that grabbed the rebound came in from the out of bounds, and can't be the first person there.
Cougars back with the basketball. Goon calling for it. He's got Stiegel on him over a double team.
Spohr with a really good effort there to rebound the basketball.
They'll get another three opposite wing. Long rebound. Cougars keeping this possession alive. Couple offensive boards for him.
And both by Drew Spohr, and that's what you really like to see is those second efforts to the glass, and now he's got a third effort. Almost grabbed it there.
Morrow eventually tracks it down here for Mansfield Christian. Couple minutes in, no points yet.
So Wells and Spohr both have had open looks, just not been able to knock it down. And here,
it's our spotlight feature player tonight, Landin Cyphers. He's been shooting it with a ton of confidence lately.
Yep. And when you're a shooter, you like to see that first one go in, and Cyphers able to make that one go. So interesting to see what kind of night he has.
Looked like it was a deflection on a shot, but ended up right place, right time, and free throws coming up for Max Durbin.
Well, no, actually it's going to be Spohr that's going to go to the free throw line as he was fouled on the rebound.
That's right.
So 3 offensive rebounds here for the Cougars, and all of them by Drew Spohr.
Averages better than 5 rebounds per game. Knots this up at 3 apiece.
I mean, one of their better perimeter shooters, and I think probably shoots in about the mid-70s from the free throw line. So off to a good start for him.
Cougars going to pick up defensively, half court, man-to-man.
Now they're going to drop into a 1-2-2 zone, which is kind of what they've done throughout their year. They'd like to change defenses between man-to-man and the 1-2-2.
The Flames turn it over. The first look they had there at that zone featured look. And that can be a problem for Mansfield Christian at times.
Well, last night, Western Reserve hurt them when they put 3 guys along the baseline and really hurt them inside with their post play. So be interesting to see if Mansfield Christian tries to follow that formula here tonight against that zone.
Bit of a gamble there from Stiegel. Now here's Kissel, hop step out of the corner, he lost it.
First turnover tonight for Crestview. And they're going to be back into man-to-man here on that turnover.
But Schlossner put it right through the 5-hole that time. So continuous turnovers here, 2 in a row.
And it looks like Mansfield Christian's going to drop back into a 2-3 zone now.
It's a little chess match going on between the two coaches, changing up their defenses, but the offensive rebounding has been fabulous here for the Cougars. As that's tipped in. Great play by Carter Goon working inside.
So Goon now with 4, both field goals for the Cougars.
From the foul line, they get it back out to Stiegel, being harassed right now.
Spoor being really aggressive at the top of this zone. And another turnover.
And that's 2 in a row now for Josiah Schlausner, leading scorer this season for Mansfield Christian, but also leads the team with about 5 giveaways per night.
I mean, the only good thing right now with those turnovers is they haven't been live ball turnovers. So Crestview's not been able to convert them into baskets. And again, Mansfield Christian going to drop back into this 2-3 zone.
From the corner, catch and release for Spoor, hits his mark, and the lead swells up to 6.
Well, he missed one from the right corner. He's able to knock it down from the left corner. And that's a good sign for the Cougars.
Flames have not had a shot in their last 3 possessions.
I mean, they are being really aggressive in this 1-2-2 zone. Not sitting back in it. A good deflection, another steal.
But it looked like maybe a shoestring out of bounds. Yeah. Try to slow it down.
Good job there by Kane and Kissel, but just stepped, I think, like you said, part of a shoe there on the sideline. And they're going to stay in this 1-2-2 zone.
Flames catch a break. They get the basketball back, and they've got the freshman Teo Butler out on the floor. Double duty tonight. Played a bunch of varsity last night as well, including 2 quarters of JV. Weinmiller also in for the first time for Coach Kerry Craner's bunch, and this is what they're looking for. Blaine Morrow, clean look from the corner, and that's kind of his specialty.
Yep, able to get ball reversal, and the Cougars not able to rotate their zone that quickly, and Morrow getting that corner 3.
Spoor looking to match the other way. He's hit his last 2.
Well, just kind of a simple ball reversal to the top, and then they flare screen the zone. And Spoor knocks down 2 in a row here from deep.
Now here's Wells defending. Morrow almost lost it in the corner.
Thought he might have been out of bounds there in the corner, but apparently he was able to stay in.
Schlausner looking to go to work off the bounce. Spinning on Carter. Goon and 1. Gorgeous play from Josiah Schlausner, the senior, pouring in about a dozen points per game. He led the team in scoring last night. And that's a good sign for Mansfield Christian to get that bucket.
First foul of the night for either team, and it goes to Carter Goon. So Schlausner going to the free throw line to complete the traditional 3-point play.
We've got a student behind the basket doing some barking, or I'm not exactly sure what that is, Joe. Is that legal?
I don't think the officials are going to allow that to happen again.
I think he was told eventually, okay, we've seen it. Yeah. Tough jump stop by Spoor. Now they'll get it to Goon. Oh, the whirly bird. But then it's spun out for him off the rim.
Another good look by Goon inside, as we said. Player that kind of can do it all from the perimeter and also play inside.
Cyphers, a little bit of an opening. Gets the switch out now. Daniel Wells on him.
Good matchup here with Schlausner and Goon matched up on each other.
Morrow hit his last, and he's now got 2 in a row. Evens up the count at 12 each.
And it's the third 3 for the Flames, so they're off to a good start from behind the arc.
Morrow with a couple triples. Cyphers hit 1, and then we just saw Schlausner with the and 1. Looking to reset here with Goon. Still trying to figure out the best way to attack this 2-3. Obviously the triples can get it done. How about Carter knifing between two flames for that offensive board?
6th offensive rebound for the Cougars so far tonight.
And he goes to work, splashes it off the backboard, and a loose ball foul is going to go against Drew Sporer.
I mean, pretty good effort again there by Sporer to get to the offensive glass.
Yeah, and I think the referee just had a tough angle there from our vantage point. Looked pretty good.
I mean, from our vantage point, it looked like he pretty much went straight up to just go get it. So 12-12, 30 seconds to go here in the quarter. Would anticipate that Mansfield Christian is going to look for the last shot. But again, the Cougars are really extending this zone.
Got 4 seniors and a freshman out on the floor right now for MC. Here's the 9th grader. They'll swing it. Here's the shot. Cyphers air-mailed it, but right into the hands of Weinmiller, who forced up a tough one 3rd time and a 4th. And it almost got stuck on top of the backboard.
Well, 3 offensive rebounds in about 8 seconds. But not able to convert. Goon throws it over top to Wells. He's going to have a chance here at the buzzer.
Exciting first quarter, back and forth. Crestview threw the first punch. Mansfield Christian answers, and we're all square heading into quarter 2. We'll see you there.
Since 1974, Simonson has helped their clients stay on target to meet the goals and deadlines for their projects. From concept to completion, Simonson can design a plan and build a path for success. Let Simonson Construction turn that vision into a reality.
Hey, does your checking account pay you with real cash rewards with no monthly maintenance fees ever? Bummer. Ask for Casasa Rewards Checking. It's our superpower.
Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Welcome back inside of the Cougars Den, where it's going to be Mansfield Christian basketball. Joe and I have got some keys to victory here for the Flames tonight. To me, just can't settle, Joe. I mean, obviously it's Valentine's Day. You want to take your shot, right? I mean, but it also can't be the prom queen just because you're taking a shot. Look for a good, controlled one. And for you, maybe try to control their best player, number 4.
Yeah. I mean, Carter Goon's already been active. He's missed about three times right at the rim. But they got to try to keep him at about 12 points. If he gets more than 15, I think that the Cougars going to be in pretty good shape.
Stiegel chased out of the corner. The floater is well short, but there's Schlauster inside. I think Goon blocked it. Now they'll get it back to Carter. Swinging for Sporer, looking for his 3rd triple.
Sporer with another really good look, but not able to knock down that 3.
Goon continues to pick up Schlauster. Now Cyphers backs it up here at midcourt. Not a lot of off-ball activity for the Flames at the moment. Do have them spread 5 out.
And the Cougars not quite as aggressive with their man as they were with their 1-2-2.
Off 1 foot, Weinmiller able to bail out the miss off the offensive board, and Mansfield Christian leads, I believe, for the first time tonight.
And the Flames really have been active ever since they had that 1 possession when they had 3 offensive rebounds.
But back the other way, the Cougars recapture the lead. Split splash from downtown.
So both teams with 3 threes as Durbin knocks down the 3rd 3 for the Cougars.
This is Carson Keener out defending Butler. And a 5-second count, I believe.
No, it's going to be a foul. They're going to call a foul on Keener.
Take a quick replay of that last three-pointer. That's Goon. A lot of attention paid to him. Good-looking pass off the setup.
I mean, that was a little bit of the issue last night with Western Reserve. They didn't really guard like guys like Durbin and Robinson from the perimeter, and were just kind of challenging them to shoot it. So Durbin making that three is a good sign here tonight.
See if Morrow can answer. He gets dropped down to the deck off the closeout from Sporer. One and done, and the Cougars back the other way.
And now it looks like the Mansfield Christians in a 1-2-2 zone.
Beautiful finish, back-to-back buckets now for the senior Durbin. Starting to heat up.
Yeah.
Butler, shovel pass in traffic.
Yeah, a little bit of a confusion there as you had two players coming to the same area. And Mansfield Christian a little bit fortunate that they didn't turn it over. A little bit of a late horn here. They're going to allow the substitution. So Crestview man-to-man on this out-of-bounds play. Box set here. They go inside to Morrow. They double team him, and he turns it over.
Nice active hands by Carter Goon. Tough shot there in transition. It looked like Durbin might have lost it a little bit on the way up.
Yeah, I kind of needed to kind of draw the contact to get the foul, but was a little bit out of control and shot a tough reverse layup there.
This is Weinmiller just throwing it out of bounds.
7th turnover tonight for the Flames, but again, they haven't been really hurt by him as that much because they've just kind of thrown it out of bounds and it hasn't gotten in the hands of the Cougars. Again, 1-2-2 zone after playing 2-3 earlier. Nice little play to get the ball inside to Goon, but not able to knock it down.
Love the effort to keep it in bounds, though. That was Kissel. Possession stretched out now for Crestview. Clock spinning down to the midway point here in quarter number 2.
Yep, skip pass. Nice feed inside.
Beautiful basketball for Crestview. Sharing is caring, and now 6 points for Carter.
Great skip pass, and then a quick pass to the post inside as that defender rotated to try to cover that corner three.
Double team comes on the baseline.
Got a little lucky there. Now they're going to call a foul.
Big lucky.
Ball got tipped, but right into the hands of Weinmiller, I believe.
Unless watching it a second time, it might have been a touch pass by Josiah to keep it going.
Foul goes on Caden Kissel, his first.
Weinmiller, 56%er at the free throw line, converts the first of 2. So we see Lane Robinson back into the mix here for the Cougars. Bryson cashes in both. He'll check out, bring the freshman point guard Butler back in. Flames sticking with that 2-3.
They were in a 1-2-2 a little bit ago, but 2-3 seems to kind of be their base defense right now.
Goon just sleeks his way by. They gonna count it?
Yeah, they are.
Wow. NBA style continuation on NBA All-Star Weekend. Slow this down for you guys. Take one more look. And in the NBA, Joe, they always say, is it on the gather for the shot? That's
they've also gone to that a little bit more in the college game. You've seen that they've had a little bit more of a continuation. But right there, you just seen the athleticism of Carter Goon to be able to take that contact and finish. And there's Drew Spoor with another offensive rebound.
Yeah, he's making a career on the offensive glass here tonight.
I mean, we don't necessarily keep individuals right here, but I think that's like 4 of them for him. And now Carter Goon's doing the same.
Here's Kissel. Knocked to the deck, but wow, the Cougars brought their Windex tonight.
Third opportunity here. Let's see if three's a charm.
It's a big basket.
Daniel Wells gets on the board first time tonight after having 19 last night.
Now all of a sudden it's an 8-point game.
And they go back to this 1-2-2 zone with Spoor at the top, and his length can cause some problems as you try to reverse the basketball.
Knocked out of bounds. Let's go back to that last three. And the Flames, they've left some clean looks from downtown, and the Cougars capitalizing.
And I think, Brian, as we've done some games, we talked more and more about this last 3 minutes and a half, and it's going to kind of be a key right now. 8-point game, and if you're Crestview, you'd like to get that to a double digits. If you're the Flames, you want to keep it at 8 or even get it less.
Hillman nearly walked with it. Goon ripped it away.
Block shot there.
We'll get a foul on the fly. Kissel heading to the free throw line. Saw Stiegel try to just hang on for dear life. The second foul on him.
We're going to have a timeout here by the Flames.
But now scored by 8 points here in the quarter. Of course, we were tied at a dozen each coming into the second. We showed you how we thought Mansfield Christian could win here on the road tonight. Let's jump into our keys to victory for the Cougars. And you've talked about this for Mansfield Christian. They've kind of benefited on the fact that the Cougars haven't been able to get out and run off the turnovers. And the Flames turned over a bunch. They had more than 20 last night. So I think if Crestview can start getting some points off of these Joes, we might see this lead stretch out even more.
Well, I don't know if that was, we really count that as a turnover, because that last one was a kind of a block shot and just recovered the basketball. But you saw that that's what Crestview likes to do. And in the games I think that they've won, they've been successful when they've been able to get the ball in transition. But the other thing is those 3 seniors they have need to play well. Wells, Goon, and Spoor. And right now, Spoor with 8, Goon with 8, and then Daniel Wells just hit a 3. I mean, if those 3 guys get into that double digits and get around 15 or above, that's usually when Crestview has a lot of success. So but all 3 of those are off to a pretty good start tonight.
Everybody on the floor right now for Crestview has scored, with the exception of Kissel, who's at the line right now. Kid averages about 5 per game. And Caden with a confident-looking stroke there. He'll rotate out.
So the Cougars are 3 for 5 from the free throw line tonight, as Kissel split that pair. And now they're going to extend their defense and just pick up with straight man-to-man pressure.
Butler does a nice job handling it with the bounce. Keener checked in. That's his assignment.
Yeah, and Keener can do a really good job of pressuring the basketball. So good matchup there between Keener and the freshman guard Butler for the Flames. 9-point lead, so a stop here would be big for the Cougars.
Going to try to get it to Cyphers. He'll make a nice catch, go right at Spoor.
Well, they flashed Cyphers to the high post. I think they were looking for the backdoor cut, which Crestview covered really well. And then Cyphers just turned and drove it to the basket.
Great catch, and just to be able to collect it and keep it in bounds for Schlossner.
Good job there by the Cougars of defending the baseline out of bounds. Did not give the Flames any kind of easy look. Looked like they were trying to run Morrow off of a screen to the perimeter.
We'll work it now back to Josiah. Wanted to dump it down on the block. Cyphers has been posting up a lot more often than I've seen him in the past. Crestview making it difficult right now in this half-court set for the Flames.
Yep.
There's a gamble. Keener almost got there. Now we've got a wide open look right side. Not this time for Cyphers. Josiah misses. I think the length of Goon had something to do with that, and wow, how quickly he gets end to end.
Well, he grabbed the rebound and drove it to the length of the floor and finished. Pretty impressive.
The Mansfield Christian with a giveaway backbreaker right there.
So an 11-point lead, 51 seconds. If you're Crestview, you want to just get a really good look here, and if it probably gets under 30, you might look to get the last shot of the half.
Wells has to pick up his bounce to the corner now. Here is that 30-point mark. 30-second mark, I should say. Said we'll get a three. It's a little short.
Wells follows his own shot and gets an offensive rebound.
Keener can't splash, tipped around. Morrow grabs. And Mansfield Christian a chance for some points here.
Yep. Good possession here if you can get it under 10. That's a kind of a momentum builder for you going into the half.
Clock's down to 3. Here's Blaine with the basketball. Pump fake and just flips it up, taking us to the break. Excellent second quarter for the Crestview Cougars, specifically on defense. They hold the Flames to just 4 points in the frame, heading into the locker rooms with a lot of momentum and an 11-point lead. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, Joe and I will break down that first half by the numbers for you. Check in on some other games happening live and free on the OH Report tonight. And we'll take a look also at what's coming up early next week here on our airwaves. So don't go anywhere. Grab your sweetie, snuggle up. Enjoy this Valentine's Day Saturday night basketball live and free.
Hi, I'm Joe Balogh. Tune into the Joe Show every Wednesday night here on the OH Report.
What are we doing? Blue 41, hut. Jory, I said you have to use your back. You back up into him, then you open up the lane. It's a new technique that we're using.
Yes, coach. Do it again.
Ain't no way I'm doing that again. Berardi, get in here and show them how it's done.
Yes, coach.
Since 1974, Simonson has helped their clients stay on target to meet the goals and deadlines for their projects. From concept to completion, Simonson can design a plan and build a path for success. Let Simonson Construction turn that vision into a reality.
Hey, does your checking account pay you with real cash rewards with no monthly maintenance fees ever? Bummer. Ask for Kasasa Rewards Checking. It's our superpower.
Okay, we got t-shirts. Anybody want t-shirts?
At Mechanics Bank, we're more than your local bank. We're your neighbors, your fans, and proud supporters of our local schools. From touchdowns to goals, classrooms to communities, we're here for you. Because at Mechanics Bank, our home field advantage is supporting you.
Local sports deserve to be done right. We're built for the communities that support the game. This isn't about one season. Every season matters because every game tells a story, and those stories don't stop at the final buzzer. We're here for every moment, big or small. Watch anytime, anywhere on your schedule, and it's always free to watch. This is the future of local sports. This is the OH Report.
Your halftime show was presented by Sutton Bank, where you can earn the cash reward of your choice for doing simple activities with Kasasa. 27-16 Crestview leads Mansfield Christian so far with 2 quarters in the books. And you're taking a look at the future of Crestview basketball. I think these are 2nd through 6th graders being recognized out on the floor. And as they're being recognized, I would like to shout out all of our amazing sponsors who bring you tonight's coverage live and free, including Simonson Construction. From concept to completion, they help you make a plan, refine your vision, and build a path for success. Our instant replays all year long on Crestview games have been presented by the Booster Club, proudly serving Cougar athletes for more than 40 years. Go Cougars. You can contact Kissel's Lawn Care for all of your snow plowing. Hopefully we don't need much more of that. Spraying, painting, and lawn care needs. Kissel's is your MVP sponsor tonight, and they've given us a special prize. So I've got a t-shirt and a candy bar coming up for our winner. Scout Construction has more than a decade of business, so you can trust them with your roofing and siding needs. Give Josh Mobley a call for more info at 419-989-7240, and he is a Crestview grad. Now get Joe Balogh to throw on his headset. Give me some quick thoughts, Joe, just on those first 2 quarters before we show the people the numbers.
Well, I think, Crestview, we said that they needed their big 3 to kind of come out, and you have Carter Goon with 10, you have Drew Spoor with 8, and then Daniel Wells has 3, and then you throw in Max Durbins has 5. So they got to be really pleased with how they played, especially in the second quarter. The important thing for them will be that start of this third quarter to see if they can take this 11-point lead and extend it to maybe above 15.
I believe they will have the basketball to start off the third quarter, as well as we take a look at your first half stats. And the big number for Crestview, those 15 rebounds, most of them coming at the offensive end.
Yeah, I believe, we're not necessarily official, but we have them, I believe, for 11 offensive rebounds. And those second chance opportunities, one, they've been able to score on some, but just the deflation of there were several possessions where it was not just one second chance, it was a third chance, a fourth chance. And over time, when you're on defense, that's just deflating. However, you flipped it a little bit. There were a couple possessions where Mansfield Christian, I think they had 3 offensive rebounds on a possession also. So Mansfield Christian's going to need to do a lot better job in the second half of limiting the Cougars to just one shot.
Then you take a look at those 8 turnovers, and that's something that's really plagued them so far this season, Joe. So me throwing on my coaching hat here just a little bit. Got to find a way to kind of protect the basketball, and with the way that Crestview is coming out and pressuring, I think that's going to be probably the biggest thing here, maybe even in the third quarter. Are they able to hang around? I think they can if they can protect the basketball, but Crestview done an excellent job. Just 2 giveaways so far. You love that number.
Yeah, the only two turnovers by the Cougars. I mean, the only advantage, and I mean, as a coach, you don't want turnovers. But the only advantage right now for Mansfield Christian is I would say 6 out of those 8 have been they've just thrown the ball out of bounds. They've been what we call dead ball turnover. So you haven't allowed the Cougars to get in transition, because we've seen a couple times when they've been able to, like the one when that wasn't a turnover but it was a block shot. Carter Goon took it the length of the floor and just laid it.
Yes.
Cougars would like to do more of that, because that's where they've had success throughout the season, is when they've won games, their transition game has been pretty good.
Promise we check in on some other games happening live and free on the OH Report. It looks like we've just gone final in Jeromesville, and the Hillsdale Falcons a winner over Mansfield St. Peter's, the biggest rival of Mansfield Christian. That's 71-58 final score in that one. We are also at the reservation tonight. Mount Gilead leading Lucas 31-18 right now at the break. And Joe, with the run that they had, it's kind of disheartening to see that Lucas is in danger of going 0 for this season.
Yeah, I mean, it's the thing though with smaller schools, and I had a coach tell me early in my coaching career, and really I think it applies to anywhere you're at. You just can't have, I guess, what you call 2 bad classes in a row, or 2 classes that maybe aren't real talented in basketball, and it seems that maybe is what has happened to Lucas. But they usually bounce back. I mean, you've seen the Cubs. They've had some runs where they've been really, really good. Maybe have a couple years, and I'm sure they'll get that turned around. Big difference too is you got a brand new coach too.
Yes, I mean, he's a young kid.
Yeah, a young guy. Replacing a veteran in Taylor Eisman, that can make a huge difference also.
I think Corbin is the man for the job. I think I saw a gray hair coming in, though, from what's been going on this season, but I'm going to be the first to line up and give him a nice big hug when he gets that first win.
Yeah, it's a challenge, but you got a guy there that's a Lucas guy, has a lot of pride, knows what it takes to win at Lucas.
Sure.
And young guys like that will get young kids enthusiastic about playing, and they'll be back.
You hope so, and it's just a couple years away before those Iceman boys get up to the high school ranks.
Yeah, it's a familiar name in Lucas.
So that'll put a bow.
And usually a familiar name with a lot of success.
Unquestionably. That's a Sutton Bank halftime report, as it is Cougar basketball. 3rd quarter officially underway.
But Cougars look to try to put it into Carter Goon right away, and pretty good help defense there by the Flames. But again, big possessions here early. If the Cougars can get a score here, they take it to 13 or 14. And there's our guy, Carter Goon, with the fall away, not able to knock it down.
Morrow with the lob over the top. Cyphers thought better than to put up the trifecta.
Cyphers didn't get a lot of looks in the first half.
Meanwhile, Josiah in attack mode there, able to put it up off the glass with the left, his 2nd field goal. We get a foul here, kind of a tough break. Mansfield Christian had that well defended. Spoor gets the benefit of the doubt, trying to split the defenders. It's going to be the 3rd foul now on Josh Hillman.
It looks like they're going to sub for him here at the next dead ball.
Kissel spins back to the right. Big hop step. No friendly roll, but it stays here.
Well, in the defensive change that the Flames have made to start the second half, they've come out in man-to-man defense where they pretty much played 2-3 zone and a little bit of 1-2-2 in the first half. So Coach Craner coming out a little bit more aggressive with his defense as they match up man-to-man.
Wide open in front of the student section, and it finally funnels through.
Well, Spoor was able to catch and just kind of reset as he had a lot of time. His 3rd 3 of the night as he goes to double figures.
He and Goon combined for 21 of the 30. Schlossner slapped out of his hands, right back to him, and Stiegel turned away.
Caden Kissel there with the block shot, I believe.
Was Kissel indeed. Excellent read, and now the Flames.
Yeah, another good job there of the Cougars defending the baseline out of bounds. Did not give any easy look on that. Morrow looking to post up inside.
Both he and Cyphers have really been trying to get it established down on the block tonight, as this is a bad giveaway. Fresh off the bench into the game and just thrown right to the defense. Get two shots coming up at the other end. And it's been Carter Goon that, when they swiftly get into their breakout, Joe, I mean, this kid, he's almost faster with the basketball.
Yeah, when you get that live ball turnover, as also as we saw him grab that defensive rebound, he loves to go the length of the floor and really put a lot of pressure on the defense. There he's able to create a foul and get to the free throw line.
One for two.
Yep.
Schlousner with the board.
1 of 3 for the night at the free throw line.
Cougars in man-to-man this set. Flames haven't really found a matchup they like yet, it seems, when they've gone in man.
And pretty much Crestview playing, I guess, what we call more of a gap defense, where they don't really deny the reverse pass, just trying to protect and not allow the ball to get driven into the gap to the basket. And they've done a pretty good job of that tonight.
Morrow tries to lob inside, and it's
great save there by Daniel Wells.
Excellent job of keeping it in bounds to set this up. Transition 3, no. Flames desperately need somebody to step up here on offense. Schlousner's typically the man that can do it, but Goon's length has been bothersome.
Yeah. And there he goes, the length of the floor again, but not able to finish this time. So a couple opportunities for the Cougars to stretch this 12-point lead, but just have not been able to finish at the rim. So the Flames hanging around, but a basket here would be huge for them.
Joe, they've got just 6 points.
There's that backdoor play we talked about earlier.
It's about as good a look as Stiegel could hope for.
Well, they tried that earlier where they flashed to the high post and then had the wing backdoor cut. Had a look. I mean, Spohr kind of got his hand up in the net. And I think the Flame bench was a little bit like possible of goaltending. Not that he swatted it, but just had his hand in the net, but no call there by the officials. And Carter Goon at the high, handling the ball at the top. And they're going to run this little weave. They were looking for a backdoor play, but turned it over.
It's a 2-on-3. Schlousner pointing, directing, scoring. Just the 4th point here in the quarter for the Flames. Wells tried to take it himself, aggressive, but against 2 defenders.
Yep. And again, near the basket, but just not able to finish the play there at the rim.
Butler and Keener seem to be checking in at the same time tonight.
Yeah, they've been matched up pretty much any time either one of them has been in the game.
Butler swings it now. Here's Josiah, fresh off his last hoop. He's got 7, one of only 2 Flames on the floor who have scored right now. He and Cyphers, who hit his first shot from 3. Nothing since. Hesitation move. Josiah fouled. Chance to earn him at the line.
Got bailed out a little bit on that call. Carter Goon called for the foul, his 2nd of the night. Schlouster going to the free throw line where he's 1 of 1 so far.
Cuts it to 10. And the long rebound out to Spoor. Nice job of blocking out the shooter. Cougars have been in a bit of a funk at this end of the floor here recently. Wells, though, playing with his food, but it's snatched out of midair. Here's Josiah Schlousner, but he stumbles. Back we go the other way. Wells, buckets.
Tough play there for the Flames. They had the block shot, now another turnover. And Spoor going to the basket.
Looked like Spoor eased up a little bit, kind of took his foot off the brake, or put it on the brake rather, right about here. But he will shoot 2. Drew right now with a game high of 11. He and Goon both.
Well, the Flames had 8 turnovers in the first half. They have 4 here in the third, and two that have led to opportunities for scores for the Cougars. Spoor not able to convert on the first free throw. Chance here to split the pair.
Durbin back on the floor for Crestview. Wine Miller as well for Mansfield Christian.
So Spoor 3 of 4 from the line tonight. 13-point lead for the Cougars as they led by 11 at the end of the half.
Cougars seem to be ratcheting up the defensive energy right now. Schlousner spinning inside. He got the switch, like the matchup, and he's able to convert.
And a quick timeout here by the Flames as they cut it back to 11, which is what they were down to start the third quarter. So let's see if Coach Craner comes out in any kind of defensive pressure to maybe create a little bit of offense with their defense.
Quick shout out to all the lovebirds out there watching tonight. My man Daniel Stotts cheered on the Cougars, as is Cassie Osborne. Phyllis Heimberger always lets us know she's watching from Marion. Phyllis, surprise me sometime. Even if you're lying, tell me that you're watching from somewhere else, or it'll really throw a wrench into my whole atmosphere, I think. And then over on the YouTube, got Adele Kramer watching. What's up, Adele? Cheered on Blaine Morrow. Jeff Reeder as well. JR says, let's go Flames. Go Landin Cyphers from Emmy. Keep working. Let's go Cougars. Come on, Flames. A lot of comments coming in. Keep them coming.
So Mansfield Christian comes out. They match up man-to-man, and they force a turnover.
Nice read. Schlousner to the cup.
As he gets his 5th field goal of the night.
Yeah, Joe's got a dozen now, and I think he's kind of sensing that they need him right now, Balogh.
Yep, he gets a steal here. So 2 turnovers in a row by the Cougars. And the Flames have cut it to 9 with a chance to cut it to 7 or 6.
Yeah, big possession right here, it seems, for Mansfield Christian.
This is the guy that they want to have the ball right now. Him and Carter Goon matched up. Nice finish.
Pretty stuff right there for Schlousner, and now we'll get the first time out taken by Ben McClay.
Schlousner there just with a kind of I guess what we would call an NBA isolation, as he caught it at about 12 feet, backed himself in against one of the better athletes that we see throughout the season, and Carter Goon, and able to bump him enough to create enough space to finish that shot, and the Flames are within 7.
Midway through this quarter, they only had 4 points. All of a sudden, the last 3 minutes, picking it up. They've got 7 in that stretch. We got a game.
Well, and it's an 11-point quarter, and all of them are by one guy, Schlouchner. So he's, as you said, is really kind of taken over, not only at the offensive end, but he's got, I think, 2 steals here in the quarter at the defensive end of the floor. So he's kind of the man right now for the Flames.
He is the Bunsen burner right now that's getting things going. So for Crestview, out of the timeout.
Well, I would anticipate you're going to see something with that they're going to try to get Carter Goon inside, especially right now. You take a look at the matchup. They have the freshman matched up on him inside.
Very interesting. He'll kick it out, though. Wells too much, but look at him. Sky for the board. And Goon amongst the trees taps it out again.
Yep, another offensive rebound.
Carter he's got no off switch. They're going to stick with Teo Butler on him. I mean, not only is that a freshman on a senior, he's given up about 6 inches.
Yeah. They just cleared it out here as he goes to the basket.
Wise move. The 14th foul on Mansfield Christian, so Cougars will be in the bonus moving forward, but just 23 ticks remain here before we reach money time.
I thought that might be on the shot, but they called it on the floor. So
a little surprised, I got to say.
I would think Carter Goon's going to go right at him here.
Oh, the blow by.
Turned it over.
Yeah, a bit unselfish, and Spoor wasn't even anticipating that.
Fourth turnover here of the second half, and I think all 4 of those have come in about the last minute and a half.
So it's a 3-score game. Flames can drop it down to 2 going into the 4th. Schlouchner over 2 defenders. No. But a strong charge at the end of the frame here for MC. They trail by 7. We'll see you back in about 30 seconds for money time.
Feel like I should go.
Okay, we got t-shirts. Anybody want t-shirts?
At Mechanics Bank, we're more than your local bank. We're your neighbors, your fans, and proud supporters of our local schools. From touchdowns to goals, classrooms to communities, we're here for you. Because at Mechanics Bank, our home field advantage is supporting you.
Very fitting, I think, that Mechanics Bank was our commercial sponsor heading here back into the Cougar Den, because Joe Balogh, do you know what time it is?
It's money time.
Yeah, baby. That's right. It is indeed one of these 2 teams is going to get a nice deposit here, a big victory, and the last opportunity they'll have before the tournament draw coming up tomorrow.
Well, Josiah Schlouchner was money in the bank for the Flames as he scored all 11 points, outscoring Crestview 11-7 in that quarter. And he's going to catch it here in the high post as Crestview goes back to that 1-2-2 zone, and the freshman's going to step up.
Yeah, not very close with that jump shot. I think the first shot of the night for Butler. Meanwhile, coast to coast, and that's been his specialty.
His first field goal of the second half. So again, 1-2-2 zone. They extend it out with Spoor at the top.
And again, a ton of minutes tonight for Teo Butler. So they'll set up Reeder from the corner. Schlouchner keeps it alive. Cyphers mishandled it. Might have been thinking about popping a shot. He will now, and it's through the bottom.
So Cyphers with his second 3 of the night, as he has a total of 6 on those 2 threes. Again, this is an interesting matchup, the freshman guarding Carter Goon. And
Meanwhile,
Wells.
Nice. Wells has been a bit quiet offensively. 7 points though now. Chance to add to it. Coming off a big-time scoring performance last night. Almost had 20 against Western Reserve. Now Spohr is going to get a quick break. See Caden Kissel back out onto the floor here for Coach McClay. Another rebound taken by Josiah. He averages right around 9 a game.
And then this time Crestview back into the man-man defense, and the matchup we're looking at is Schlouchner versus Goon.
Stiegel hands off now. Cyphers just hit a jumper. Morrow tries himself.
Yep, got a nice flare screen for Morrow, but not able to knock it down.
Wells out and running.
And there's Goon right down the lane.
Just able to shift his body weight. Very impressive down the lane.
Yep, nice left-hand finish as he used his right shoulder to protect. But Cyphers comes right back with a big three.
Yeah, it's a huge answer here for Mansfield Christian. They needed that.
Yep, got it back to 7.
Coach Craner is going to take a timeout. They've got 2 remaining. Show you that 3 one more time. And I love his confidence has grown to the point now where he's looking to take those shots. Had some big ones last night. And the Flames, they're hanging around here, Joe.
Yep, hanging around. I mean, I think we mentioned it earlier, but got to give a lot of credit to the student section here of Crestview.
Heck yeah.
I mean, they've been really enthusiastic tonight. That's always great to see at high school facilities, is students being involved and creating some energy here on the home court.
I even saw a young kid there during the last time out, almost Lion King-esque, just getting kind of passed around out there.
Yeah, did a little crowd surfing there.
Yes, sir.
So again, Mansfield Christian into man-man defense. And here's our guy going right to the basket.
Oh, what a tough finish. Good will have 2 free throws on the way. It just always seems like he's kind of downhill when he's going with the basketball off the drive.
Well, the second team foul on the Flames. Carter knocks down his second free throw of the night. He's 2 for 4 as he gets ready to attempt his 5th free throw of the game. And not able to make it.
Stiegel with the rebounds, barking out orders as he's picked up by Wells, the senior-on-senior matchup.
Well, much better job here in the second half by the Flames as Crestview only has 2 offensive rebounds after grabbing 11 in the first half. And they ran Cyphers up through an elevator cut there. Good job by the Cougars of defending it. There's going to be a foul on the floor.
Going to be just the first foul against Crestview here in this 4th.
Yep. First foul of the game on Daniel Wells. Wells is going to take a quick break here as Carson Keener, Kaysen Keener, I believe, is it? Or is it Carson? Keener comes into the game for him.
There's an R in there.
And a 5-second call.
Flames have done a nice job taking care of the basketball here recently. That's a tough way to have a giveaway there.
Yeah, big call too is, you were 7-point deficit. You would like to get it to 5 or 4 on that possession. So chance for the Cougars to extend this lead.
Kissel drives right side, finds a little opening, switch pass in front of the student section, no.
Great effort there by Max Durbin, able to create a second chance opportunity, and he grabs another one.
Extra hustle plays paying off right now for the Cougars.
Well, and just as we said, that the Flames have done a good job of not allowing second chance opportunities. Max Durbin changes that narrative as he gets 2 offensive rebounds here in this possession, and the Cougars taking a timeout to try to set something up to see if they can extend this 7-point lead.
Looks like a lot of Flames Nation out there watching on YouTube right now. Emmy and Adele going back and forth along with Reader. Then over on the Facebook, Josiah's big sis watching out from Nebraska. I'm sure she really enjoyed that third quarter. That's pretty much all Schlousser.
Well, the only 2 guys that have scored in the second half have been Schlousser and Cyphers.
They were the 2 big guns last night. Avoided a big upset with Loudonville at their place, riding a 19-game losing streak. Took them down to the wire, but the game-sealing bucket hit by Cyphers.
Well, Goon's going to get it here at the top.
They'll match him up with Siegel.
They tried to run somebody at him to trap him. And a good drive there by Max Durbin as he gets his first points of the second half. Now with 7 for the game.
Every possession so crucial now at the offensive end here for the Flames, down by double figures. Morrow's going to back his way in. Stiegel hasn't really been looking for his shot tonight. Now it's Goon on Cyphers. Yep. Couldn't thread the needle, picked off. Carter, of course, coast to coast, count it.
And he is really dangerous in the open court.
Big bucket right there for Carter Goon. Can make it a Baker dozen lead here with the foul shot.
He's 2 of 5 from the line tonight.
Don't believe we've seen Bryson Weinmiller in this second half till now. He comes in. Hillman back on the floor as well with those 3 fouls.
Schlousser, after having 11 in the third quarter, has not scored here in the fourth. And they're going to be a travel.
Hillman just checked in. Another critical mistake here for MC down the stretch.
15th turnover of the game, 7th here in the second half. 7 in the second half. Wells is going to bring it up as they kind of spread it out, and Goon with penetration and a pitch.
Would have been a monstrous 3. Instead, it's a huge rebound. Spoor up to the third story.
And Spoor's been really active on the offensive glass pretty much the whole night. Great skip pass.
Drew
Great block
blocks.
shot, but another offensive rebound.
Sets up the 3, no. And Mansfield Christian finally shuts it down.
Yeah, that would have been huge if Wells was able to knock that one down. Wells going to get called for a reach-in foul here, so the ball is going to be out of bounds. Second foul for the Cougars. There's 3 team fouls on the Flames, so baseline out of bounds.
Now Denver Elliott is checking in for Schlousser. Interesting.
That's kind of an interesting sub here with 2:37
and with the basketball though.
Down 13. Again, the Cougars have done a good job here defending baseline out of bounds plays, but Spoor is going to get called for the foul.
Landin Cyphers on the line for the first time tonight.
So Cyphers with 9 points. Chance here to go into double figures. Makes the first. And I believe he has all the points here for the Flames in the fourth. As he goes into double figures with 11. Good pass.
Yeah, great back door, Durbin!
Oh, they're going to call an offensive foul. Take away the basket.
That's the break that Mansfield Christian needed. Here it is, Joe. Hillman left his feet. You normally don't get the charge call when that's the case.
Yeah. But a big break for the Flames is now they can cut it back underneath double figures here with a basket.
Yeah, really surprised that Schlossner, too, that not checking in yet.
Yeah.
Let's see who steps up here on offense in his absence. This is Elliott, who came into the game for Josiah. Now Hillman bullies his way inside.
Hillman's first basket of the night.
Now the Cougars are going to talk things over. Their third timeout. It'll be a full.
Well, down 9, you got to anticipate that they're going to do some kind of trapping defense here to see if they can create a turnover. They have 3 team fouls, so would need to foul twice to put the Cougars at the free throw line. And if you're Crestview, you're up 9, you're probably going to talk about right now, we're looking for layups or to get to the free throw line. So need to be really strong with the basketball if you get trapped. And then your teammates, we use the term you got to rescue the ball, which means you need to make sure you're coming to meet the pass, not running away from it. Other thing that you're aware of, if you're Crestview, the number of timeouts that you have, so that if you do get in trouble, you can use a timeout to make sure you don't turn the basketball over. So they're going to put the 3 veterans right at the front here. Spohr taking it out. Carter Goon and Daniel Wells up front here to look to inbound to one of these 2 guys. And they're going to throw the long baseball pass to Carter Goon, and he finishes it.
Just like football, Joe.
Yep.
Going up, making a play over the defender.
Goon now with 21 for the night, and he's been really special.
Yeah, fantastic. Meanwhile, Cyphers fouled on his way to the cup. It's going to go on Durbin, and now 5 team fouls all of a sudden on Crestview. So good news for the Flames as they are in the bonus here in the fourth.
Cyphers now 3 of 3 from the line. And Schlossner checks back in as it's a 10-point deficit for the Flames with 1:37 to go.
Left it short. Elliott battled inside, but Goon with another board.
Well, let's see what Crestview does here. Looks like they're going to maybe spread it out and just try to move the ball. I would say you're going to be looking for layups here.
For Mansfield Christian, at some point, got to start fouling, extending this game.
That means just almost carried it there by Keener.
There's a chance there on the pass from Goon. It's knocked out of bounds by Johnson, who's, I mean, this is kind of interesting rotation here. Elliott comes in a minute and a half ago. He hasn't played, and now Johnson hasn't played all night.
Yeah.
See if he can bring a little fire. As Wells kicks it out, and time, obviously the biggest factor now. Cougars just going to bring it out to midcourt.
Yeah, you need to look to probably foul now if you want to try to extend this game at all.
Flames just going for the steal.
Yeah, the Cougars are being running off a lot of clock right now.
Student section can taste it now, Joe. They believe that they have won. What a feeling here inside of the Cougars Den.
It looks like the Flames aren't going to foul, so the Cougars will look like they're going to be able to run the clock out here and go to 10-10 on the year.
Yeah, pretty rare that you'd see. I think they had it with about 1:15 to go to start this possession. So Coach Craner just waving the white flag, and Crestview gets a much-needed victory after last night's disappointment. And they will knock off the Flames, who break their trends after 14 in a row where they won 2, lost 2, won 2, lost 2.
And an eighth straight win by the Cougars over the Flames.
We got a commercial timeout coming up when we return. Carter Goon was our MVP last week. Hit the game winner on his 18th birthday to knock off Plymouth. He was huge tonight, 21 points. I think he's got to be our MVP tonight on Valentine's Day. We'll have Carter, then Joe and I will give you our thoughts on the game, final numbers, and wrap things up here on this Valentine's night.
Hi, I'm Joe Balogh. Tune into the Joe Show every Wednesday night here on the OH Report.
What are we doing? Blue 41, hut. Jory, I said you have to use your back. You back up into him, then you open up the lane. It's a new technique that we're using.
Yes, coach. Do it again? Again. Ain't no way I'm doing that again.
Berardi, get in here and show them how it's done.
Yes, coach.
Since 1974, Simonson has helped their clients stay on target to meet the goals and deadlines for their projects. From concept to completion, Simonson can design a plan and build a path for success. Let Simonson Construction turn that vision into a reality.
Hey, does your checking account pay you with real cash rewards with no monthly maintenance fees ever? Bummer. Ask for Kasasa Rewards Checking. It's our superpower.
Okay, we got t-shirts. Anybody want t-shirts?
At Mechanics Bank, we're more than your local bank. We're your neighbors, your fans, and proud supporters of our local schools. From touchdowns to goals, classrooms to communities, we're here for you. Because at Mechanics Bank, our home field advantage is supporting you.
Local sports deserve to be done right. We're built for the communities that support the game. This isn't about one season. Every season matters because every game tells a story. And those stories don't stop at the final buzzer. We're here for every moment, big or small. Watch anytime, anywhere on your schedule. And it's always free to watch. This is the future of local sports. This is the OH Report.
I am now joined by your Kissel's lawn care, snow plowing, painting, spraying. They do it all, and so does this guy right here, Carter Goon, our MVP of the game. 21 points for you, and I just love the way when you take the basketball off of a rebound, it seems like you get end-to-end even faster than you probably could if you didn't have the basketball in your hands. So I want to begin by just talking about that part of your game and how much you're looking to just be a freight train when you get the ball in your hands and just go score.
Yeah, I mean, Coach always preaches is off rebounds, get it and go. You can't play defense when we're already up on the court scoring. So, I mean, using my size, physicality from football, that translates well, getting through the hoop, through players, and scoring.
A lot of home games here at the end of the season for you guys inside of the Cougar Den. You were just telling me last night, lit, great atmosphere tonight, of course. I mean, you got your own fat head bouncing around behind you. So if you can just give, like, some props or just share your feelings about what it's been like inside this gym so far this year.
Oh, I mean, Crestview these last few years has been basketball rich. We've been having great seasons. Players, students love coming out, and it's awesome putting on a show and having a whole community behind you. It's awesome.
And for you, this is your last opportunity to kind of leave your legacy and all that type of stuff. So just the gravity of every moment, I'm sure, feels a little bit bigger with all these games for you. So just your mindset here at the end of the year. Obviously, you get to 500 tonight. You got the tournament draw coming up tomorrow. Where are you at right now? What's in your headspace, Carter?
I mean, I'm just trying to fit it all in. I mean, the season's coming to an end, and this is the last year. There's no next year. Usually you always end the season. It's like, okay, got to move on to next year, get ready for next year. And now that's not really there, so you just got to leave it out on the court.
Got something cool going on tonight as well. It's player autograph night or whatever. So what can you tell me about the details of this and what you're about to go do?
Oh, this has been going on for a long time. They always get posters going, and kids love coming out, and so we get to sign them. So it's just nice. Once again, the community just all coming together.
Well, congratulations. A much-needed win, I think, going into next week, and the last opportunity to work on that RPI going into the tournament. So I know you got a little bit more work to do before you get there, but share some of your ideas about what would be a successful tournament run this year when we get there for the Cougars.
Oh, I mean, district would be everything. Last year we got district finals and played Colonel. Really great team, and then tough losing to them. But we're going to take it one game at a time, but if we get districts, we're looking for that and then even more. So we're just going to go as far as we can, do our thing.
Well, we look forward to seeing you when you get there, Carter. But for now, I've got an MVP chocolate bar for you, of course. It's Valentine's Day, and then a shirt here courtesy of Kissel's. So this is a big moment, like I said. Obviously, love is in the air for these shout-outs, man. Go ahead and deliver.
I want to start off with my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, and then friends, family, teammates, coaches, everyone who's put into how I got to where I am now. So thankful.
Any ladies that you want to give a shout out to here, Carter?
My girlfriend too.
There we go. All right, that's Carter Goon, your Kissel's MVP.
Since 1974, Simonson has helped their clients stay on target to meet the goals and deadlines for their projects. From concept to completion, Simonson can design a plan and build a path for success. Let Simonson Construction turn that vision into a reality.
Hey, does your checking account pay you with real cash rewards with no monthly maintenance fees ever? Bummer. Ask for Kasasa Rewards Checking. It's our superpower.
We're back with our Sutton Bank post-game show, and we begin with that man right there, the first-year head coach of the Crestview Cougars, Mr. Ben McClay, fresh off of a nice victory here to get you guys back to 500. So let's begin the conversation with just tonight. Obviously, tough loss for you guys, but you battled just Friday, just a few hours ago, it seems like. And so to bounce back here, put on a pretty good performance. You kind of led wire to wire. What's your thoughts on tonight's game?
Yeah, I really liked how, Mansfield Christian cut it a few times, but then we responded right back with a bucket. I thought our defense was really solid, holding them to 38 points. And I thought we did a nice job of executing the game plan. I thought we, understood the scouting report, understand who the drivers were, who the shooters were, and I thought that we were just relentless on the defensive end, which led to our offense. So.
How are you finding life as a first-year head coach at the varsity ranks? You inherited a pretty nice group, but I'm sure that there's a ton to learn. So what's this experience been like the last few months?
Very busy, but really good. I'm definitely blessed that these kids not only are good basketball players, also really nice young men. That's kind of been a great thing is, we're 500. We're top 3 in the league right now. Obviously we wish that we could be winning a few more games, but the thing is they're such a pleasure to coach, and going in and working for them every day has been really awesome. And they're getting better. So it's been really busy. It's been a major life adjustment, but I've been blessed with a really good group of kids and also just good mentors along the way. So.
Obviously, you're going to learn your fate in the tournament tomorrow.
Yep.
Carter just mentioned Colonel Crawford's going to be in your guys' district. That's going to be the team to beat. But you got some work to do next week as well.
Yeah.
So what do you think the focus becomes there? Once you find out what's going to be happening in your tournament life, you go to Madison next week.
Yep.
How do you think that you're going to go about processing what's next?
So this year, what I've really learned at this level is you have to take it a game at a time. Every team has good players. So right now the focus is beating Madison. They're going to be really solid. I think anytime you play a school that's 3 times your size, they're going to have dudes.
Sure.
But that game is going to really prepare us for the tournament. And we play probably the toughest non-league schedule in the Firelands Conference. And the focus is getting back to that district final. Your Madisons, your Fredericktowns, your Ontarios, your Bellevues, they prepare you for that Division 6 tournament. So that's the focus right now.
So given that you've played that non-league schedule, when you get into the tournament, your expectation has to be that you're ready for what you're about to see.
Yeah, the goal is to get back to the district championship. That's been the goal the entire season. I knew when I took the job that I, inherited a team with 3 starters from district championship, and that's flat out the goal. So, yeah, we're just working hard every day to get better and better. I'll study the film tonight, and hopefully just, improve on our strengths and build on our weaknesses. And then focus on, finishing the season strong, and then seeing what happens tomorrow with the tournament draw. So
obviously here on the OH Report, we're rooting for you guys, and a lot of fanfare here in the building tonight. So go enjoy this, sign some autographs, man, and thanks for the time, Ben.
Thank you. Yep.
All right, that's Ben McClay, first-year head coach of the Cougars. Always good talking to him.
Congrats, man.
I'm going to bring Balogh in now. So you take a look at the players down on the court. You guys ever do anything like this at Ontario, like player appreciation night or whatever they're signing all these autographs?
No, we didn't, but I think it's a really good idea. You get young kids get a chance to, sign some autographs. It's you're always looking for things to promote your program, and I thought tonight they had the youth teams here. That's always important. You try to get them on the court and let them get a feel and look up to these players because that's where you start to build tradition, and then hopefully if you're successful, that success continues.
So there they are, and all of the youngsters coming out, getting some autographs, and I still have some vivid memories when I was in 5th, 6th grade going and meeting some of the high school kids, and you just cannot believe that you get the opportunity to talk to them face to face. Really cool experience. Here's how it shook out tonight by the numbers. Crestview rebounding advantage and turned it over 5 times in the second half, but they also forced 15 turnovers here tonight, Joe. So the Cougars, the seniors, they stepped up. You mentioned the big 3, as you called them, and they left their mark.
Well, and the big guy was Carter Goon, our player of the game. I mean, he's been special all year for him, but when he's able to get that, at 21 tonight, when he's able to get 21, that's usually going to be a really good sign. But I think Coach McClay mentioned it, the defense, he was really happy with that to hold a team to 38 points.
Sure.
They were really solid, and only 2 guys from the Flames scored in the second half. I think Schlossner had all 11 points in the third, and then Cyphers, I think, had all their points in the fourth. So pretty good job there defensively. But, big game, 2 big games here for the Cougars as they wrap up their season. They go to Madison, a team that's played a lot better in the second half. I think only lost to Senior High by 8 last night after getting just buried early in the year. So Coach Hip doing a good job there. And then final home game of the year against St. Paul here next Friday night.
And I think I've got that wrong on the schedule. I'm pretty sure Mansfield Christian is going to be playing Monday against St. Peter's. And like you said, they got 3 games coming up next week. So if that doesn't get you ready for a tournament, John, I'm not sure what will.
Yeah, I mean, that's – and, you know, I think as they go into the tournament, it looks like that Crestview's the 4 seed in their district, and
pretty much locked in.
Mansfield Christian is the 5th. And I would imagine that any teams in that district are going to look to go opposite of Colonel Crawford. So the 4 seed would be able to put Crestview opposite, you know, of them, and they wouldn't have to play them until district final.
And that's the goal for Coach McClay. That's what they're trying to get.
Yep.
What a week here on the OH Report. Another one in the books. Tournament starts next week for the ladies, if you can believe it. And fellas, it's not too late here if you don't have one. Only 9 p.m. here on Valentine's Day. Shoot your shot, just like we saw all these young men here inside the gym do tonight. Couldn't bring you the game live and free without help from our amazing sponsors. Big thank you to Sutton Bank, Simonson Construction, the Crestview Athletic Boosters, Kissel's Lawn Care, and Scout Construction. Our amazing staff, Adam Thompson helps put together all the cool graphics, Jory Hollenbeck's running camera, Joe Balogh, color commentator, stat tracker. I'm Brian Skowronski saying so long for now. We will see you a whole bunch of live streams coming up next week, and as I mentioned, girls sectionals. Good night, everybody.